World of Tanks, how to transfer crew. There's two ways to transfer crew in World of Tanks. One is to move the entire crew all at once, and the second way is to move each crew member individually. So to move them, for example, into this vehicle, which is a KV-5, which has empty crew slots from this KV-3, you can either individually send each crew member to the barracks using the option Send to Barracks, or you can use this option, Send Crew to the Barracks, which sends everyone to the barracks. I prefer to use the option to send everyone to the barracks. And I go through all of my vehicles and I send everybody to the barracks so that I can choose the best crew members when I put them into the KV-5. Now, to put them into the KV-5, what I do is I scroll through and I look for the one that I want, which is usually the best performing crew member. And you select them, and you want the ones that are in white. You don't want the ones that are in red, which have a red percentage, because that means that they're not trained for the vehicle. So I'll put this one in, and I'll click this one. This one came from the KV-3 over here. So when I hit radio operator, you see this one says KV-3. And then for loader, there's going to be one that says KV-3, which is over here. Since the KV-3 only has one loader, I have to add another crew member. So you can do that. And the other way to do it is to move the whole crew at the same time. So one way to do it, you see it says return crew to vehicle. You hit this button and everybody is going to come back to the vehicle. However, they only come back if you played one battle with that tank. If you didn't, it's not going to remember who was located in the crew slots. So if I go over here, you'll notice it only pulled out 3 that go to the KV-3 because I did it manually. If I do return crew, it returned the crew from the last battle, but they did not come from the KV-3. They came from one of these other vehicles. So that's how you do it. There's another way to transfer crew. You see over here you've got a vehicle, and let's say I do USSR, and I do heavy tanks, or I could do KV-3, and it says Send to Barracks. I'm going to leave one, but don't hit the dismiss button by mistake. You don't want to dismiss them because that destroys the crew member. Want to send them to the barracks, and now there should be one left in the KV-3, which is over here, because the rest of them I just sent to the barracks, and you could either manually send him to the barracks, can return the crew back, can send them all. If your barracks are full, you won't be able to send your crew to the barracks. So one way to get around that is to take a vehicle and just put a bunch of crew members in it. Ideally, you want to do it with a premium tank, and you don't want to put the wrong crew members in. But what it does is it frees up space in the barracks, because the barracks are for crew members that are not in a tank. That's why it frees up the barracks space. Okay, so that's how you do it. If you have any questions or comments, please post below. Just for fun, I am going to return some crew members. These are the crew that used to be in this tank. They're all red because now this one's in the KV-1, he's in the KV-1, he's also in the KV-1. This one is now in a light tank LTG, this one's in the KV-2. So if I go over here and do the same thing, it says here that you have to fight at least one battle in this vehicle. He hasn't had a battle yet. If I return this crew, he's going to get a crew. This one is the KV-3, it looks like 1S. the IS, and the KV-85. So they can pull crew from all over the place. You can assign crew to premium vehicles. It's rare that you have to do it, and I advise you not to do it unless you really have to do it. Okay, so that's how you transfer crew. If you have any questions or comments, please post below. I do have a discussion forum, cheapbooks.cc. You can go to the World of Tanks section. It has other video games, and I will answer any questions you have. I have lots of tutorials and guides, and I do own cheapbooks.com, which is a book and textbook website.